In this video, we'll be walking through a quick conversation with StatGPT, our AI-driven research assistant and data analyst. We'll begin by asking it where to start. You'll notice the response type is General Question. StatGPT has a built-in flow orchestrator that routes prompts to appropriate agents to perform specific tasks. StatGPT explains a little bit more about itself, provides brief descriptions of its different agents and the types of prompts we can ask it. Let's start with a specific request. We want to retrieve data from the World Economic Outlook about unemployment rate, GDP per capita in US dollars, and total labor force for the G20 members over the past 30 years. StatGPT uses the metadata and query agent to interpret the prompt and returns to us the parameters of the query, the countries, indicators, frequency, and period. Once we validate that this query contains the information we want, we'll ask our execute query agent to retrieve the data. It builds the SDMX query to call the API. We can see the raw data and a few simple visualizations of the retrieved indicators. Let's take it a step further and ask for a more impressive visual representation of this. We want to compare these three indicators across the time interval, so we'll ask for a scatter plot with a circle for each country, with the total labor force on the y-axis and the GDP per capita on the x-axis. Next, we'll ask for the circle size to be proportional to the unemployment rate, and finally, we'll ask for the chart to animate this data year over year. Here, our data visualization agent interprets the request and actually generates Python code to construct this chart. We leverage the Plotly library to handle advanced visualizations and display it directly in the Dial UI. We can select individual years, or even animate the entire 30-year time period year by year. This is just one of the many examples of how StatGPT can analyze and visualize data through natural language.
Thank you.